Could you talk a little bit about the resource that you shared with me? It was the
Oh, choice board. Okay.
choice board.
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Did you get that from somewhere else, or did you come up?
Yes. Not my term. So the choice board is literally the opportunity to take a topic that you're covering in class, but be able to target it to different audiences within your class. And this is easy to do in my class. It's on class on Mexican art. They read a book called The Perfect Red. The Perfect Red is about cochinil. And they're going to do two things with this. I do two kinds of things that are happening. I do the choice board and then I do an art project reflection. So I'm going to talk about the choice board first. The choice board is interesting because all my classes are fulfill an ethnic studies requirement. So they're using it to transfer to UC. They're using it to oftentimes the Mexican artists to learn about our culture, meaning, anybody who identifies with Mexico. And what the book highlights is that there was grana, this very small little thing called dried cochinilla. It's an insect, but it
Mm,
makes literally the perfect red. And it created great wealth for Spain. And it created such great wealth that they'd have to have pirate ships, or they would have to have ships that were saying they were going to go out and then send another ship in because pirates would go in and steal the grana. It was a well-kept secret and it created great riches. So what I did in the choice board is I used to just have them I used to just do one question and everybody answered it. Why was this important? How does this
right.
happen? Blah, blah, blah. And then I had a student, this is how it happened. I had a student who was a biology major who said, I was so interested in this cochinille that I found out there were two different species of it. And I went in and I found that da 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 was here and da 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 was over there. And I was blown away. He did this all on his own for an extra credit, stood up in front of the class and talked about it. And then I realized, wow, I'm taking away that opportunity for him
Right.
by giving him my one question. So because of that, and then another student, and this one, I don't know if I have it on hand. She went in to go find it, and she harvested it, and she tape recorded it. And I realized, oh my gosh, that's another opportunity. She went and looked for it because it is now in our own neighborhood. And then she created an art project. She dyed wool and then she wove it, right? And I realized they were more creative than my one question. So I took some of those ideas and I created a board that would adhere to basically 6 ways you can approach this subject. You could do it through looking at art. So here are the things at the Met and the Natural Historical Museum here in town. Do you see the connection? And they do. They immediately can see it. Here you are, an activist. Now you know how much was taken. Nobody has ever asked for any recompense back, right? Knowing this, as an activist, what would you do? Call them out. What would you do? I have one for entrepreneurs because I found out the cochinilla is in Starbucks in their strawberry drink.
You're kidding.
I kid you not. I mean, I learned all this stuff putting this thing together, right? And so you're now an entrepreneur. And you now know that we're moving away from artificial coloring. As we move away from artificial coloring, this is going to create an opportunity, but also how do we have sustainability?
Mhm.
So trying to hit areas, the biology, the art historian, the activist, the entrepreneur, all of the different ways you can get into the question, highlighting maybe the things that would matter to you more than my one question.
So you've got a central topic, but different ways to approach it depending upon what's most interesting to each individual student.
Correct.
Oh, that's fantastic.